Hey guys, it's Dennis here. It's time for another video. Today I'm going to get right into it. People say, like now and then, like all the time yet, why are those birds in captivity? Let those birds go now. What are you doing with those birds? So on the left is maple and on the right is peach. But we know there's new viewers to the channel all now and then. Like there's always somebody they don't understand, they haven't been here, and really is, why do you have these birds in captivity? What are you doing? Well, a lot of you know that we've rescued all these birds. And really, we got 5 birds we've rescued, or 4, and 1 we adopted that was rescued. So, believe it or not, we are not going to make crows and magpies go extinct, not because of us. You know. We're going to save these birds so they can have a life, because they'd all be euthanized by now. Some of them were found in a back alley with dead birds around. Other one had a broken wing, like really bad, and he was in somebody's backyard. Like, what future did those birds have? They didn't have a future. And some would say, no, don't mess with nature and let those birds, you know, just leave them there and maybe it'll be a meal for someone. Well, you know, I'll tell you right now, I couldn't do that. I'm not going to leave no bird for someone to have a meal, especially in a city. Who's going to eat a bird in the city? Let's think. Some bald eagle in the bush, in the wild? No, it's going to be a dog or a cat, right? Like, oh, I got a magpie below. I'll show you him in a minute. Spice! I might as well show him now. That's Spice the magpie there. Sorry, I had to stop my story. This is what he was scared of, a feather. Somebody's feather, like they're molting, these birds, like now and then, and this time some of them are molting, some of them aren't. But he got scared of that. Where was I? Oh yeah. We're just not going to leave baby birds around and let them be a meal for somebody. And some others could say, you know, actually what the question should be, not, or the comment, let those birds go. What are you doing with them? It shouldn't be that. It should be, why did you ever save those birds, right? Why did you ever save them? So, you know, you could argue that. You could say, you should have just left those birds alone, or you should have took them all to a wildlife rehab. Well, we know, you know, a lot of these birds here we cared for, right? And then they became imprinted. Like there's a time there, like a dog with a fear period. There's a time when, if a dog hears a bunch of strange bad noises when they're young and like all kinds of like sirens and stuff, they're used to it. And later on when they hear sirens when they're laying in the backyards, they don't care. But if you sheltered the dog from that, and then you introduce that dog when he's 3 months old or 6 months old, he'd be scared of that, right? That's why some dogs are scared. When they go through their fear period, something happens to them in that period. That's why you have to socialize a dog properly. That he's scared the rest of his life. So just like a bird, they go through this imprinting time, and I don't even know when that time is, but there's a time when if it goes through it with you, like a person, it's hard to release a bird once he's imprinted. So I'll put links below to some of the stories, like why do we have these birds, and we're not going to let them go, and no matter what you think, you know, you do what you want and we'll do what we want. We're going to look after these birds and do the best we can. We love them. We're committed to them. Like, it's a big responsibility. We're just not some, I'm not some punk, you know, 12 years old. Oh, I want a bird for Christmas. And then the next week after Christmas, I don't want them no more. Let them out the window, you know. We're committed. We'll keep them for the rest of their life or my life, right? If I drop dead first, there's plans to look after the animals that we have. So, whatever, we're totally committed. So that's basically the reason, right? Like, we rescued these birds and we care for them, and we can't let these birds go, you know. So get over that already. We can't do that, and we don't want to do that. They're in our care and we're going to look after them. And there's the dog. I was talking about the fear period with dogs. They go through that fear period. Like, you usually pick up the puppy after 8 weeks after it was born. Like, you don't take it from the mother until that point. So we picked up the pup there. Cassie, there's the pup. At 8 weeks old. She was born March 8, 2015. Maybe we'll try to do a birthday celebration for her this year. we'll see how it works out. But when we got her home, we started introducing her to all kinds of things. Like people, all kinds of people, right? Tall, short. So sometimes there's some guys that are just tall guys, like way taller than me. I'm 6 feet. Maybe someone's 6'5" or something, 6'6". And then someone shorter, because if the dog only sees tall people, it'd be scared of short people. Or like all kinds. No, it's maybe not quite that bad, but you know, that kind of idea. And then kids, we don't have children, Kulakanai, so that's the one area where we didn't do that well in. Yeah, we have neighbors that have kids. I remember a story, I tried to introduce the neighbor to our dog, and he petted him and everything, and I said, can he see your kid? Oh yeah. So then a couple hours later I said, where are your kids? They're sleeping. And I thought, what? It's like 7 o'clock, they're sleeping. It was summer too, like the sun was up high, and 7 o'clock, there was no school, and they're sleeping. And then he never, let's look at it this way, 8 years ago that was, he's never once told his kids to come over and pet the dog. Now these kids are big. They're not little kids no more. So the dog would think those kids are like adults now. But, you know, what can you do, right? And we tried some other people. We had them come over and meet the dog, and they had kids. And she was kind of scared a little bit. Not bad. But she just didn't see kids enough. So that's the only area that we didn't really do that well in. Otherwise, Cassie has seen it all. So this is Pi here. We rescued Pi from a back alley, actually, with one of the crows. Like, they were a week apart. There was dead birds all over the alley. We don't know what happened there. Like, we even told the wildlife rescue about it, and they went and sent a conservation officer, and they said they couldn't see any proof of like harm, but they couldn't rule it out either, but they need more proof. So, you know, we think maybe somebody was harming the birds, because why was it only around that alley? I don't see birds laying all over the alley everywhere. It was a certain place. But you know how crazy people are these days. You'd go to the door and he might shoot you, you know. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but there's all kinds of nutbags. Like, so many people. And maybe it's not all that. Maybe people got problems, but, you know, I'm not perfect either. I would hope I wouldn't go freak out when someone tells me something, but, you know, there's all kinds, and if you'd say something, you know, maybe you'd be laying in the alley. Pop watching while I'm filming. And there's Maple was rescued in the back alley too. Yeah, one crow and one magpie. And she had problems in the beginning. She was so weak and everything, and not eating and not standing properly. But then she became imprinted. And there's Peach. Peach is well adjusted. He's very imprinted on us. We were going to release him in the beginning, but it didn't work out that way. He became imprinted. That same word I keep using. Google that if you want, like bird imprinting. See what it says there about that. So I guess we shouldn't have never rescued these birds. That's the question that should be asked. Why did you rescue these birds or leave them alone? But like I said, we only got 5 birds here. It's not like we got 500 million, right? So we know our limitations and stuff, and we want to give them the best care we can, and we obviously can't afford to have 1 million crows or magpies. Not that we'd want to, but, you know, we don't help every animal out there, right? If we come across an injured animal or something, we'll help. But, you know, when people say, what do you got those birds for? Or oh, you just got them to make money off of. Wow. I don't have much money, I'll tell you, and the money I have is not from these birds. I've busted my hump over the years to make money, and right now, these days, I'm not even making that much anymore. You know, since the ugly thing that's been going on for the past few years now in the world, I really can't even talk about it because YouTube doesn't like, you know, you talking about it. So, but anyways, that's. I've made my money from working, not from birds. So when people say, oh, you're making money that way. Well, I'm glad you know what I got in the bank and how I made it. Wow, I'd like to see what you got then. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to answer that question. And there'll be some people out there that'll say, oh, that's not an excuse and you never should have kept them. Well, that's your opinion, right? So we'll let you go. And for the people that know the story and everything, you know, it's not for you really, this video. I hope you're enjoying watching it, but I'm doing this video so I can refer this to other people, because a lot of people don't understand. Or they think we're gonna send magpies and crows extinct, you know. So we'll see you next one, guys. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one.